picked up the foul.
Beautiful work by Dennis Rodman again on the offensive glass. Sneaking inside of Shaq. Shaq's not a great box out guy. He just relies on his size and strength to get the rebounds. Right here, Shaq doesn't pay attention. Dennis slips right in. Well, Vern, Shaq does a great job of trying to keep Dennis Rodman off the board. It's a tough assignment, but right here, Luke Longley does a great job of getting by contact, and Shaq goes for the block, gets it this time. But Vern, a key is if he doesn't get that block, you see Dennis Rodman on position to get the offensive glass. So he's got to pick his spots and make sure when he goes for the blocks, he gets them.
Shaquille with only one foul to complement his offensive contribution tonight. And Longley's back out to guard him again. Rodman will go to the free throw line. How about this stat? In the second quarter, Dennis Rodman 2 for 2 from the field. The rest of the Bulls team 0 for 8.
That's a shocker, no question about it. Michael Jordan getting a rest right now. He'll come back here in a couple minutes and try to give them a big spurt going into halftime.
I'll give you something ugly. How about a free throw shooting contest, Rodman against O'Neal?
Well, it is ugly. Rodman seems to make him when he needs to, though. He's a better shooter than his stats indicate, in my opinion. He's got better form than Shaq as well.
Contact, a little full court pressure applied now by Chicago. Hardaway picked up by Scottie Pippen. An 8-point lead, largest lead of the game has been 10. And we've got 6.5 to play in the opening quarter. Regular season series won by Chicago. Here's Hardaway, 3 games to 1, the first game of the season between the two. Here's Rodman. And there were some elbows flying in there.
Well, Donald Royal was very upset because Rodman again, for the third time, sprints, follows Ron Harper all the way to the basket, gets the offensive rebound. But that time, Dennis got away with a push. We'll see right here, Ron Harper goes up, misses the shot. You can't see, but you see Donald Royal flying through the air, very upset, retaliates, and fouls Dennis, making him pay from the free throw line.
Rodman with 9 points and 6 rebounds.
Working very hard, keeping the Chicago Bull team within range with his energy and effort so far in the first half.
1 of 2. Here comes the full court pressure. Contact picked up by Rodman. Now O'Neal. Here's Anthony Bowie.
With Contact and Shaq on the court, they're very susceptible to the press.
Contact got it, and Bowie wasn't ready for it. 10 on the shot clock. Into O'Neal. Back to Hardaway. Nice penetration by Penny Hardaway for the basket.
Yes, and Scottie Pippen turned his head to give Shaq a little bit of help. Penny did the right thing, slash into the basket.
9-point Orlando lead. Scott will come back for Orlando. Here's Pippen with the soft jumper for 2.
Good execution by Chicago. Just kept moving the ball. Scottie Pippen came free off the pick. Shaq was late helping out.
Pippen has 8. The lead is 7. O'Neal. Jump hook over Longley. It's good.
See, that was a lot better patience by O'Neal that time. Took his time, got the ball where he wanted to, and shot the nice little 6-foot jump hook.
19 points and 8 of 12 from the field. Anderson's going to come back on the floor for the Magic as well.
They're going to O'Neal a lot in the low post guard. It's going to be interesting to see how much stamina he has to be able to carry this team offensively.
Underneath, knocked out of bounds by Shaquille O'Neal.
You see, sometimes Shaq settles for quick shots, but right here he gets where he wants to, pump fakes, realizes that Luke has 2 fouls, and gets a nice little easy jump hook in the lane. Penny makes a good feed down in the low post, does a good job of cutting as Scottie turns his head and allows Hardaway. That's what they didn't do in game 1. They settled to stand on the perimeter.
Shot clock violation for Chicago and an official change in a foul designation. The one that was given to O'Neal has been changed to contact. So O'Neal has 0 fouls.
Well, contact must have been in the wrong place at the wrong time.
Horace Grant on the bench. Not suited up tonight, may not be available for the weekend in Orlando. Pippen comes with a double, and O'Neal goes baseline. Oh, boy. Technical foul. Called by Billy Oates. Who did he get?
He got Shaquille O'Neal for taunting as he scored the hoop.
That brings Brian Hill and Richie Adubato out on the court. And it puts Steve Kerr at the free throw line right now. He is 18 of 19 in the playoffs so far. My, oh
Well, right here, Shaq just backs him down. He's abusing Luke Longley right now. Luke's in foul trouble, can't foul Shaq. But Shaq just looks at him and runs down the other end of the court.
That's a technical?
I don't understand it. I don't understand that. Didn't even, just kind of looked at him, didn't even glare at him, didn't say anything to him.
Billy Oates has been in some sensitivity training sessions.
Yeah, I don't understand that. He read something into there that wasn't there.
Too much time in the hot tub. 39-28, 11-point lead. Kukoc. He's now 2 for 29.
Well, that wasn't a three-pointer,
No,
was it?
you're right. 2 was on the line.
Well, the other thing is Brian Hill calls a timeout fast because Kukoc is being defended by Koncak. He had a wide open look out there. He's got to get Koncak out of the game right here. But, oh, Vern, that is terrible. It's a great move. He just looks at him down the court. Doesn't say anything, doesn't glare at him, just looks at him. I don't understand that one at all.
And you played in the league for a few years.
Yeah, I mean, they're trying to clean the game up. They're trying to not have any taunting. But if that is defined as taunting, you could call it technical anytime you want in this league.
Did you ever get a technical for a soft, doe-eyed look like that?
I didn't get technicals, Vern.
That and other fabrications will be followed up on in the late news. 4:02 to go in the first half of play. The 22nd timeout taken by Orlando. It'll be Nick Anderson, O'Neal, Scott. Hardaway has it now. Kukoc guards Anderson. Anderson. Orlando's done a good job of protecting the ball tonight. Here's O'Neal over Rodman. Offensive board. Rodman comes out of there, finds Pippen. He pulls up, goes to Kukoc. And the foul is called.
Good play. Right now, so far in this game, Vern, the reason that Magic have this lead right now is Shaq's has been able to dominate, like we talked about early in the game. If he can dominate, Chicago all of a sudden is coming down, double teaming, other things are opening up in the offense.
Nick Anderson gets the foul. That's his second, and Kukoc goes to the line. Well, three-point shooting this year has declined for each of them. Look at Tony Kukoc. That's coming into the game tonight.
Well, what is that percentage? 1 for 27.
4%.
4%.
Quattro. Talk about having to shoot out of the slump.
Yeah, he'll make a couple. Tony's a good outside shooter, but again, you know that back has been bothered, and you can tell by his mannerisms, by the way he's out on the court. I think they should still be able to exploit Tony out on the perimeter.
I'll give you a comparison. Rodman for the season was 3 of 27. Three-point range. There's Rodman. Phil Jackson trying to understand the thought.
Well, Phil Jackson's saying there was a ball fake. They cheated on the weak side, went for the ball to go down into Shaq. But when you ball fake, you're allowed to take a step toward the ball. And that's what Phil Jackson's complaining about.
And the second illegal defensive violation leads to the technical. And it's an 8-point game. O'Neal. There's Hardaway guarded by Pippen. 3:12 to go first half. Boy, what a matchup that is, huh? Offensive board.
There's Shaq giving Dennis some of his own medicine, just using that big body to create the offense. We see again Scottie Pippen making Penny Hardaway work awful hard for that shot, making him catch the ball way outside of the post to get the shots.
Rodman gets it back into the hands of Pippen. Here's Ron Harper. That's for 3. Out of bounds, Chicago ball.
Right here we see Anthony Hardaway backing down, gets a good look, but had to work awful hard for that shot.
Orlando leads Chicago by 10 with 2:45 to play in the second quarter. The duties of the commissioner vary. Some are more pleasant than others. Tonight, David Stern presented the MVP trophy to Michael Jordan. How much easier is it to instill the proper attitude throughout the league when your star player embodies it?
He's not only great, but when it comes to leadership and determination and teamwork, he's the best. So he is a great role model for us.
How many playoff games have you seen?
You know, here tonight I'm going to Utah Friday, Orlando Saturday, but because of Turner Sports, I can watch a lot on TV also.
Well, Michael's been very good for our ratings. How about a contract extension as long as we're here?
Michael's been good for your ratings, and Turner's been great for the NBA. Thanks to everybody, Vern and everybody except Danny.
All right, you're still mad at Danny Ainge. That's right, everybody is. Vern?
Thank you. Danny.
Hey, Craig, ask him how many tickets he's paid for.
Back to play. 2:40 to go in the first half. Here's Jordan. He's 2 for 9, 6 points in 19 minutes tonight.
O'Neal did a good job that time of sealing Rodman off the boards.
Hardaway picked up by Pippen. We've got 2:23 to go in the first half. A 10-point Orlando lead. Hardaway left open. Hands a three.
Good execution. Scottie Pippen took the shortcut on the pick. Penny popped out to the three-point line, got the wide open three.
Largest lead of the game now, 13 points. Jordan.
You didn't think Michael was going to quit shooting just because he was 2 for 9.
There was no question.
He's capable of hitting 9 in a row anytime.
Bushler and Kerr get ready to come back on the floor for Chicago. Kukoc with the double team, and he picks up a cheap foul. The basket will count. Nick Anderson, Koncak, and Scott tonight. Game 1, 2 points between them. Tonight they've got 11.
Yeah, that makes them feel a little bit better there, Vern. They're feeling a little bit better about themselves. They haven't shot the ball great, but they're finding ways to contribute. Everybody is paying their price. Everybody's moving, becoming a lot more active on the offensive at the offensive end.
O'Neal 3 of 5 from the free throw line tonight. Make it 4 of 6, and he's got 26 points, 16 in this quarter.
And he's dominating. You know, we'll see if Chicago, if Orlando can keep the lead, Chicago will definitely have to make an adjustment and come down on him a lot sooner.
Good defense on Jordan. John Bushler, that's for 2.
Well, good defense on Jordan because it took 3 guys to stop him. He still was able to dish the ball to Bushler for the wide open shot. That's why he's MVP.
1:15 to go in the half. Brian Shaw guarded by Kerr. Scott guarded by Bushler. Dennis Scott gets 2 more.
Well, Dennis took advantage of Bushler. Felt like he could get his shot off anytime he wanted. Dennis Scott, he was averaging 20 points when Shaq was out earlier in the year. Did a lot of posting up on his own. Very capable of scoring down there on the post in certain matchups.
Brian Shaw fouls Michael Jordan. 3 fouls on Shaw.
Well, Dennis Scott uses all that 240 pounds backing Judd Bushler down. Great shooter, as we know, fades away. Very capable low post player.
240?
Well, 244.
244? You sure about your numbers?
I'm sure. I saw Dennis riding a stationary bike. I was kidding him before the game. I said, hey, Dennis, it's too late to get in shape now.
Kenny Smith will join Tim Hardaway and Ernie and Cheryl in the studio of the Reebok Halftime Report. They'll have a preview of the Sonics Jazz Game 3.
You see Dennis Rodman right there, 10 points, 7 boards. He has kept Chicago in this game the entire first half with his energy, offensive boards, and points.
A 12-point Orlando lead, 45 seconds to go before the break. Chicago lost only twice here in the regular season. Only one team has scored more than 100 points on them thus far in the playoffs. And the Magic at 52 as we get to halftime.
Oh, beautiful play by Penny Hardaway. Went right through the Chicago interior defense. Laid it up for the easy 2. Great pick by Shaq.
Hardaway guards Jordan. Anderson comes and gets the steal.